It's time to start running!
They're here.
Ciao, buongiorno. Hola, ¿cómo está? Bonjour. Salut, mes amis. Hello, my friends. Yes, these are all hellos and greetings of, I guess, some of the countries that I just got back from. And so, fresh in my mind how to say hello, good night, goodbye, and how much, which I think learning how to say how much is kind of like the international language of courtesy. And then going like, what? So if you know, you know. The euro, tough on us North Americans. Anyways, good to be back. Hello, my friends. Thank you, everybody who's joined us. It is Tales from the Outer Rim, episode 41. So we're well on our way to 52, which means have been doing this for a year. And it's been a great ride so far. And we hope we continue to go well beyond that. So I hope everyone had a great couple of weeks. Everybody's getting some heat. I know Europe was in the midst of a massive heat wave, and I cannot underscore how incredibly dangerous that is. In Europe, where air conditioning is a premium, and pretty much every tour you're doing is on foot for 8 to 9, sometimes 10 hours without water being provided. So, anyways, if you're traveling anywhere to Europe these days, be careful. Of course, back home, hope you're hydrating, staying safe, and all that good stuff. So, hello to everybody. Son of Crayon Stars, thanks for jumping in. Hope you're well, my friend. Of course, Sam, Joe, Doe, who's now known as Old Wise One, Alpha. Of course, Lady Virgo Cool, Graybeard, who will be joining us in a moment. I will stop this crazy atmospheric music that you're all hearing, I'm sure. Yeah, and we'll get to it. So, without further ado, let me get my friends that were in Georgia, where there may be a little convention, maybe small little convention called Joe Fest. Well, welcome in Lady Virgo Cool. Hello, Ahsoka Cool. And of course, Graybeard. Hello, my friends.
Hola.
Hello, hello.
Hello. How are
Where
you all doing?
where have you been? Where have you been? We've seen pictures. I've shown pictures on YouTube of where you've been. But where all have you been, man? Pompeii, I see.
Yeah, we did.
Yes,
So it
we
was
missed
cool. So
you.
we did oh, I appreciate that. No, I missed everybody in the chat and everybody online as well. I was trying to keep up, of course, 6 hours ahead over there. So sometimes I'd
Oh,
wake up at
that's what
five
it
in the morning
was.
with my clock. Yeah. So it could be a little, but yeah, we started in Venice. Then we went to Montenegro and Croatia and Italy, and we stopped at 5 different cities in Italy. Of course, you have to see Rome and Florence and Sorrento, Pompeii, so on. Then we went to Monte Carlo, which was ridiculous. You can't, you hear about the wealthy and how they live, and then you go to Monte Carlo and you think to yourself, holy fuck, like these private yachts are like
Mm.
$500 million to $1 billion. You don't even know who these people are. I don't think you want to know who these people are. I'm pretty sure. they're the type of people, if you know who they are, you're probably in some sort of organization you don't want to get out of. Um, but and then France, and it ended
Mm-mm.
in Barcelona. Word to the wise, Barcelona is probably the stinkiest city I've ever been to in my entire life. They have a significant sewage problem. And because they don't get a lot of rain, the whole city smells like a porta potty. And they live with that
Mm.
24/7.
Okay.
Um, so, yeah, that was probably, it was shocking. It was just shocking how it attacked your senses. So we were glad to only spend 2 days there. Barcelona's a beautiful city. Sorry to anybody who is watching this from Barcelona, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Because if you Google Barcelona, the first thing that's going to come up in your search engine is how bad it smells.
Mm.
So get your shit together, literally and figuratively, please.
Mm.
Dangerous,
That's crazy.
dangerous. Back to at the same time after the time restriction. Nice. He'll be so for those who haven't figured it out. Of course, Armando is now old wise one temporarily. Where's the Star Wars stash you got on the trip? It's actually arriving a couple days late. It will be here on Thursday. So yeah, you know
Hmm.
how we
I
do.
know you
You
happy
know how we
about
do.
that.
So how are you? How have you been? What have you guys been up to the last couple weeks?
Um, the last couple of weeks we've been holding down. We've been beyond the outer rim until you got back.
I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I kept the tradition of trivia going.
Yes.
I kept it as original as possible. I
Nice.
complete AI answers. I did not care. I did cross-reference the AI answer. If two other AIs came up with the same answer, then I said, all right, this answer is good, and I kept it going
Mm-mm.
with that. So I
I
kept
love
it.
it.
Of course, we had the little convention known as Joe Fest this weekend, this Friday, Saturday. It concluded today at 3 o'clock. They went and they
I
shut it
mean, they
down an
were
hour.
prompt.
Yeah. Um, if you've been to, not to downplay a convention, any convention, but if you've been to a convention, you've been to a convention. It's, you see the
Yeah.
same, there's a lot of the same vendors,
Hmm.
things like that. So you had that going on. I did notice um, Toy Federation and Attorney of Dreams, their area was a bit smaller this year. They still were probably the largest kids on the block, don't get me wrong. But it just, to me, it looked like they brought just a tad bit less, maybe a quarter less. I don't know, but that's what it looked like to me. Um,
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I wonder if the numbers they're I would imagine they're probably in the know. So maybe they heard that the numbers were a little lower this year. I don't know where,
Well, it's
you know,
crazy because the Eternity of Dreams put out a post, and I could be mistaken on when I saw it, but one of them said that they was bringing their biggest like what they set up or whatever they do booth or whatever to Joe Fest. So I'm like, well, if this is what y'all call what you said, I'm like, I don't know.
the
okay.
Yeah, it just, I don't know, I don't know what Joe Fest
Oh,
does for numbers,
Sam.
but like since we live here, we're not caring about doing the VIP night. We're not worrying about being in the early bird, getting first thing in line, because since we
Mm,
live here, we can go down there at our, we can just go down there. So we
mm,
wait, we wait. They open the doors at 10 for the early bird people, 11 for the general admission, and we usually roll up around 12:30 or 1. Let all that go in so that when we walk in, we're not standing in line. We just
yeah,
can
yeah,
walk
yeah.
up to the convention and get busy. And that's how it went. It went beautifully like that. Um, I did notice, I mean, we were hanging out there for a few hours yesterday, and I think it's just first thing in the morning to about noon. By lunchtime, there, I think everybody's had enough of the fest, and it's
Okay.
you know, it starts lightening up, and then today it was even lighter. So I don't know if it's doing well or not. I don't know. I really can't tell you.
Well, I'm gonna say
Now,
it's doing well enough. If you had a long, the line for the vendors for next year was long from the time we walked in to the time we walked out.
Yeah, they were signing up vendors for next year, and there was a line already for them.
okay, okay. They do
Uh,
that publicly, like right then and there. Interesting.
Right there.
Okay, okay. And we see that, of course. It sounds like you hooked up with Sam. And man, please tell us, who did you hook up with? Because I know there was a lot of our group there this year, and by our
I
group I mean the
mean,
communities.
we met up
you
with
can start at the frat house, babe. Start at the frat house.
Shane and Woody. Were both in.
Nice.
Were both present. BX Medic. I don't know if you're familiar with
Yep.
that handle, but
Yep.
BX was up there. 610 Yo Joe Daddy was in the house.
Awesome.
Little
Long
asterisk there.
Dragon.
610 Yo Joe Daddy is built like a fucking oak tree. That dude is like massive. I mean, he has his own gravitational pull. He is a huge. 610 just does not reflect truly how big that dude is.
Well, 610 is pretty big. Who else did you run into? Are you
Oh, I
guys
saw Pop
the
Blender.
Yep, Pop Blender.
Pop Bender? Okay.
I saw a punk with toys. I didn't speak at him, but I saw him.
No, I saw
Okay.
Mikey. Didn't speak to Mikey. I forgot to speak to Mikey. Mikey was always
Oh yeah,
busy.
JMK
JMK.
Customs.
Yep,
Yeah.
Mikey was out there. Evil Dookie
We saw
and
Oh,
Sam the next day, of course.
yep,
Evil
nice.
Dookie, and I met Beta Ray Bob. I don't know if you ever seen him in the chats around.
Beta Ray Bob. Yep.
Who else we
Some
missing?
I'm missing the Venom Piper. I saw him.
Yeah. Mm. People remembering us from last year. Oh, fun! Oh my God. Okay, so you know how we was doing the special con exclusives for you and Frank last year, right?
Yep.
So the dude from BBTS, he was like, "Hey, how you been? I ain't seen you since last year." Blah blah blah. He was remembering me from Frank's order last year. How funny is that?
Well, there were some pretty banging Joe Fest exclusives that we'll look at when we look at the pictures. But one that I thought
We
was
have it
really
here.
interesting is just not a like, yeah, yeah. You have it?
Wait a
We
minute,
have
what?
one here. We
You have one
that
What?
Joe
here. So
Fest
the one,
that was the Skeletron that was only at Joe Fest.
Oh, that it
okay,
wasn't a Joe. It wasn't a Joe.
It wasn't a
no,
Joe. It
but
wasn't a
it's
Joe, but yeah,
your Joe Daddy. Yeah, yeah, you know it right away. 6'10" for real.
Oh,
right.
Uh, was it Savage Crucibles that did like that skeleton looking red dude? Um, I think it's Savage Crucibles. They had like an exclusive that was like pretty wild. I don't think that was Mythic Legions. Pretty sure that was Savage Crucibles. They had a crazy con exclusive that I almost thought about when you reached out, Virgo, but then I was like, nah, can't do it. Just got back from Europe and got too many statues in the mail already. And I was like, oh, that's so
Yeah, we got
cool.
Alpha Red something today.
Nice.
so one of those
Nice.
Skeletron, one of those 12th scale Skeletron figures. I can't
Nice.
remember the name of it.
Frat House Friday night was a blast. Yeah, I imagine. I mean, like,
Oh,
what
and
a
something
group
from
of
Boss
people
Fight
together
for
this year.
whatchamacallit, I think too. Wasn't it? What was that steampunk thing from Boss Fight?
No, yeah, the one that Alpha got was from Boss Fight. He got a Valkyrie. He got something
Oh,
else.
okay.
He didn't.
Nice. Nice.
Sony.
So,
Oh
any
yeah.
autographs this year? I know last year you got Larry Hama's autograph. Any meets and greets this year? Did you guys do?
Larry Hama
Uh,
was sick fumbling. He didn't show up to the night. I mean today.
Larry
Oh,
is a little up there in age, y'all. Okay, so
of course.
he can't be stuck behind the chair signing away his life. So he didn't show up to the last day. I took that as Larry Hama being afraid of Virgo and her wrath. He laid low, y'all. Larry Hama laid low. until his action figure came
Don't
out.
listen to them lies. Don't listen to them lies.
Very nice. Very nice. Very
Larry
nice.
has an action figure, y'all.
Oh,
I
now that
saw
part
it.
is
I
true.
saw it. That's actually a pretty cool Fury Force. I think it's called Fury Force. His new line. We'll take a look at it when we look at the pictures. Actually, some pretty cool characters in that line. And yes, there is one of him, a younger him by far, of course.
Hmm, I
Ish.
think it's pretty accurate. I think it actually is like, yeah, I mean, like, no, I think it's pretty, hey, y'all, I think it's accurate, man. I think it looks like him. They might have embellished a little bit and shaved 10 years off. Okay, maybe. But not too.
Okay.
Actually, it when I saw him, I said, oh, shit, there's Larry Hama. When I saw him, I was able to tell it was him.
Can I ask you something? Are you guys hearing a clicking or is it me?
That might be my fan. Hang on. Let me see.
No, no, no. It's no. It sounds like it's more like feedback, but you're not hearing feedback. I just want to make sure because
No.
I don't want the audience to hear it either. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Just want to make sure. Want to make sure. But okay, so Larry came in late. I know. I don't think was Sergeant Slaughter there this year. Yes, of course, because
His
he's a
booth was very
mainstay.
lacking. Well, no, I mean it was a lot of wasn't a lot of people at his booth, and GB said something earlier. Like the people that want to see him will see him. He's like it's like he charged too much. That's the first thing. That's just off top. He charged too much, but the people that want to see him are already done paid for him years ago or how many other time. Like I don't saying he don't need to be there, but like we need to
He
spice
goes
Sarge up.
he goes to every like GI Joe centric type of con anyways. On top of the other cons, he'll be at just there signing autographs. So to me, it feels like everybody that has wanted to get a picture and an autograph with Sergeant Slaughter probably has already done so. And so
Yeah.
there's never, and he'll have every day initial little rush right there at the beginning, but when you got the doorman trying to tap on your arm, man, hey, you want to meet Sergeant Slaughter? I'm like, this has gone too far. You got the doorman, the guy that's working the door is now trying to get me to go over there and hang out with Sergeant Slaughter. I'm like, what is
Oh
this?
no, they weren't hustling you. They was trying to hustle me. I got hustled at two booths this year. Two booths.
Breaking news, y'all. Breaking news that the other hustle is funny. It is kind of funny. But I'll let Virgo tell it because she's the one that I was looking at toys when all this was happening. Please tell your run-in with the Super 7.
Do tell.
So I'm just walking by and the dude stopped me. He was like, you know how people stop me and say, hey, da 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 blah blah blah. So I'm sitting here like I know gun well Brian Flynn and his person. I won't tell you what I really said. But Brian Flynn and his person really is trying to hustle me for three out of three China cabinets. You want me to buy three, six, what is these figures? Three and a quarter, whatever y'all call them. Um
Reaction the reaction figures, the $20 little 3 3/4 O rings
Hmm.
that we're famous for.
everybody
Mr.
wanted
Flynn,
the snake eyes.
he's hawking, he's working the aisle. He's trying to get you to come on
Yes.
in and check out his two cabinets. All right.
No, I'm not buying three figures just to get one. And you want me to buy the t-shirt too? I mean the t-shirt was it was good, but no, you need if you gonna hustle me with more than three china cabinets, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry. This was Brian Flynn himself was trying to hustle you.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's what. But that
He's
was
a
listen. That's
businessman.
what he was
Hey,
doing
hey. Yeah,
for many
yeah,
years, right?
yeah.
That's good though. That's good. Listen, I mean, those reaction. If you're into them, you're into. I mean, I'm not a 3 3/4 guy. I know a lot of people call it the Lord scale. My Lord scale is 36 inches and above, but
Ah!
I'm
Ah!
that would be Lord to me. And believe me, after seeing
Oh, baby
the
Jesus.
after seeing Michelangelo's David up close, you start to realize that the Lord scale is definitely not 3 3/4 inch. Um,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Frank, what's going on? I hope you can jump in here tonight, my friend. I hope you can jump in here tonight. And if not, well, thanks for popping in for a bit. I know we all miss Frank, and we're gonna get back to him eventually when his honeydew list is done, but it has been a crazy, crazy
It's
summer.
never
Hey,
done.
listen, Canada won their World Cup match today. We are into the group of 16. That is a huge deal for us. We are one of the host countries this year, so we are super happy about that. Okay, so we got caught up on some Joe Fest. We got caught up on Under the Rim. Under the Rim?
Beyond the tales, man.
Beyond the Tales. All right. Because, start talking about rims, it can go all sorts of directions. So I'm glad that
Yeah.
you decided not to go with Under the Rim. And then we talked a little bit about, of course, Europe, but we kept it brief. Next week, I'll take some really cool, take some of the better pictures because I want to show some people some of the stuff. I think that it's really, really super,
I'm gonna
super
need you to
cool.
channel your inner Shane. Shout out Same Time Toys. Oh my god, I had the best time with them this weekend. I'm gonna need you to channel your inner
Oh,
Shane and get your slideshow on, please and
Wait a
thank
minute.
you.
yeah, seriously.
Shout out
Shane.
to the frat house that is currently watching the show. If they have not
Shout
gone
out to the
out
frat house.
if they have not gone out to eat with Super Dave, they should be watching in a nice cold
Oh, that house was
townhouse.
so dang cold. Jesus, yes.
They purchased.
Bobby.
I will
Hey,
tell
Bobby.
you that I heard reports that there was an evil tribe that lived in the bushes next to the frat house. There was an evil tribe. You might know them as meth heads. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
shit. Oh, shit.
It was like the
Yes, they
first
did,
thing that,
actually.
it was
Sorry,
like the
sorry.
first thing that came out of Woody's mouth when he saw me. He was like, "We got meth heads over here." I'm like,
Oh,
"Whoa!"
shit.
But
Oh, last night we seen a hook on the corner last night. 610 come here talking about, oh shit, y'all, it's somebody working on the corner, y'all, for real.
Well, I got to go to Joe Fex next year, man. Sounds like I can get more than just
Oh
action
my
figures. I could
fucking
just get
god, it was so
action.
funny.
Man, how good is that? You get any action you want, figures or
Oh
otherwise. Yes,
god.
Bobby. These two lucky people, Sam, 610, Shane, you know the list, Bobby. I'm sure by now they all met up at Joe Fest this year. So yes. And we're gonna look at some of the pictures. And just to get you caught up real quickly, it was another great show. And of course, some great exclusives. And Bobby, next
And
year,
shout out to
I,
Super Dave, to Voice of
sounds like
Joe
you and I
Fest. Oh
got to
my
go.
god.
Of course, David T. Allen always has to be there.
Oh my god, like in person. I said, guess who? He said Lady Virgo. I said, my man. He knew who I was. You can't forget me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, you guys do you have bagged milk in the U.S.? Do you do milk bags? I don't think you do. You do everything in a carton, don't you? Yes,
yeah,
yes.
A jug.
the military will. The military will. The military
The
will definitely.
military, they'll feed you anything out of anything.
The
That's not
bag's
right.
in the box. It comes with a spout. Got your
Yeah, I
milk.
mean, you guys have steak in a tube, for Christ's sake. Menjoza! What's up, my friend?
Up Menjoza.
Hi, Minjo.
No vacation for the vacation. No, exactly. Exactly. I will say though, look, I will say this. As much as you love, I mean, it's as much as you love and we're
Gunpowder.
blessed to do the things that we do. And as much as, my spouse and I were very thankful to have this vacation after. I'm a workaholic and she knows it. I'm addicted to work. I don't take vacations. I owe this to her, which is why we went big. You realize how much and how good we have it in North America in so many ways, and how much nothing beats home. Nothing beats home. And I don't
Yes,
know about anybody else, but
fun bags
I.
are considered. Fun bags are considered, Frank.
Oh yes. Dad, what's up? Yeah, I've had milk in a bag. Yeah, that's the way we do it out here, man. That's the way we do it out here. But yeah, no, it's good to be home. I will say that home is the best. We love it, and we're thankful to be back. I met people that were on. I met a couple that was on day 86 of a 120-day world tour, and they didn't know what country they were in or what day it was. And I was like, holy shit, man. I was like, when it starts to blur like that, you're like, go home. Go home. Like you're not even taking it in anymore. You're just kind of just going through the motions. You know what I mean? Like it's like,
Hey, that happens at conventions when you're at the con. You're looking at all these toys. Within a couple of hours, your brain cannot now process any more toy information at all. I mean, it's like you got to take a step back and like let it sink in. and then go back in again.
Gunpowder. What's up, my friend? Yeah, that's it. No, that's it. That's it. No, no. And you said it best. Like today, I actually skipped. We have an annual Star Wars fest here. I always go to, and today I skipped it. I just because like I found the last couple years, it was like to your point, it was the same vendors selling the same stuff that they didn't sell the year prior. And especially at this point in my collecting journey, I have a very specific taste and very specific niche that I look for. And if you're looking for three-quarter or quarter scale or third scale statues, you're not really going to run into a lot of those guys, and nobody's bringing the big ticket items anymore. I used to see a sail barge once in a while. I would kind of see that kind of thing. Like they're not doing it anymore because they're lugging these massive boxes. Nobody's buying. And so it's and there's only so many homemade R2D2s that you can look at, half of which are great, and the other half of which you're like, oh no,
Yeah, that's
no.
homemade.
Yeah. And then of course there's the inevitable, and I love you all, but the inevitable Princess Leia, where you wish she had a friend before she walked out the house in that slave Leia outfit had said to her, not for you. Definitely not for you. That's just my take. Okay, so we're gonna get to some trivia. I hope I live up to you now. I feel pressured. I should have gone back and watched the streams to see how good your trivia
Oh no,
was.
I told him Fumlet. I told him I said I know Fumlet talking about he, did stop the trivia for whatever reason, and that's just why I'm gonna leave it. I said fuck that, we doing trivia. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we only, that one week. Yes, you're right. We are not giving it up. We're not giving it up. Yes, and you're right. That cowgirl, gimp girl. I'm starting to wonder if she's ever gonna come. Alpha. I've never ordered from 5K Toys. Like, how long does it normally take for a figure to get made? Like, I pre-ordered her. Like, I feel like a year now. Mm. I'm actually starting to wonder if I'm gonna get my Mythic Legion Dragon this year.
Uh-oh. Now that
Y-
that
You
I
know,
would for. There should be hell to pay.
because they've been pretty quiet on that front. So I don't know. It'd be nice to get an update once in a while. So let us share the screen. Doom, doom, doom. Share entire screen. Let us get out of the way so that it gets enlarged. I think that's the best way to do it, I think, right? Or is it the side view? Can't
Oh,
remember
that's
which view's best.
well, yeah. Either way,
Yeah, I think that works best. All right, all right. Hello, friends, legend. What's up, Tony? How you doing, brother?
Legend, great stream earlier today, and I can't wait to see what we doing on the pre-roll tonight, dog.
There you go. Pre-roll 8 o'clock following this show. Let's do it. Is that what you know, trivia, or what you look up, or what you can look up trivia? Is that what you know, trivia? Yeah, a little of both, if I'm being honest. Yes, a little bit of both. Mephisto is coming soon. I cannot wait. Frank
yeah.
has hooked me up with Mephisto. Cannot wait. And the early reviews have been great. Comes with both a plastic and a cloth cape, depending on how you want to do it. Oh, sorry. Real quick. Ah, shit. We'll get to it after. I went to see Supergirl last night. Remind me
Uh-oh.
to talk about that.
Oh boy,
All right. After trivia, also.
we'll talk about it after.
Sounds good. All right, my friends, let's get to some trivia. This is movie trivia, by the way. General movie trivia, not specific era trivia. And I think we got some good one here. Yeah, we appreciate you, brother. Really do. Yeah, you, of course, your better half crown Fox. And of course, the man, the one, the only Felix. Felix the cat. Are you guys familiar with Felix the cat?
I am familiar.
All right. That was a big.
Yes. Oh, and fumbling. Tony will not have you and Tony will not have FOMO of Joe Fest next year. That's just it. I'm stamping it in. No FOMO of Joe Fest next year. Y'all will
Oh,
be
I,
there.
I will be there because
Period.
it's I
Dotted
think
lines,
it's
lines are being signed.
I think it's the 10th or 20th. It's an anniversary year, right, for Joe Fest next year. So I'm definitely in. I'm definitely in.
And
Because
they're adding an extra day.
awesome. Are they really? Yes, because it's the anniversary. So perfect. Saw
Well,
Toy
I
Story
have no
5
idea if
last night.
that's the reason why, but let's get into some trivia.
Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Movie trivia bonus. Actually, moment. Isn't Skynet the program? Wouldn't Cyberdyne be the company to sponsor things? God damn, you're right. Dan, you're right. I'm gonna watch this guy. Gonna watch this guy. Felix the Cat and his magical bag of tricks. That's the one, Menjoza. I love it. Grew up with that. Is in French, totally different, but all right. So in the Phantom Menace, Shmi and Anakin Skywalker are both slaves of what Tandorian owner of a secondhand goods store on Tatooine? We're starting easy here. We're starting easy. Everybody knows this one, of course, but oh
Acknowledge
yeah,
me.
Frank, you better come next year. You better come. Dan, this is after Sky took over.
Acknowledge, acknowledge me.
Yes. You got it. Well, you didn't get it right, but you were pretty close. I think phonically you got it right. Alpha coming next year too. I'm telling you, next year Joe Fest is going to be crazy. We're going to have international representation. Watto, yes, it is Watto, who has a dick for a nose. I know. I think that's Yojo Jerk's joke. It's pretty funny because it's accurate. It is Watto. It's Watto, by the way, Watto. But we know what you all meant. That's right,
That
Bobby,
guy.
our AI god. Bobby, I hope I can reach out to you sometime and talk to you about some AI ideas I have. And, you know, we can talk about something, some sort of compensation. I
Yeah,
appreciate people's time. What 1992 film depicts this is, by the way, one of my favorite films. But as I said, this is all over a spectrum. I think we're going to nail people's loves here. What 92 film depicts the lives of four real estate salesmen after their corporate owner sends Alec Baldwin's character to tell them all but two top salesmen say will be fired by the end of the week. Of course, the famous line, always be closing. So I kind of butchered that. Let me try again. What 92 film depicts the lives of four real estate salesmen after their corporate owner sends Alec Baldwin's character to tell them all but the two top salesmen will be fired at the end of the week? Always be closing. Also has one of the greatest fucking monologues from Al Pacino where he's like, your only job, you fucking cocksucker, is to do. Anyway, it's an insane David Mamet, great writer. I know you all know this. Shane has your info. Appreciate you, brother. As opposed to Quato deleted. Yeah, exactly. Alrighty, now next year is going to be banging. I plan what? Joe Prime as well? Holy shit, we're going to have a big contingent next year. Well, next year now sounds like it's a must go. It's a must go.
it has
If you're
become
not there next year, you might be missing out on possibly the greatest Joe Fest ever. Because not to mention, you guys also saw Casual Toy Collector. You saw some other people too, right? So was Bruce there?
no.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
I
no
never,
Kermit the Frog.
I never,
Cracky. Yes, Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross. Absolutely dope. Yes, Joe Prime. Just one of the best. If you have not seen this movie, I strongly recommend it. You'll be thoroughly entertained. As I said, it has some of the most crazy monologues ever by probably the most celebrated American playwright of all time, outside of maybe the one who wrote, oh my God, The Witch Salem Trials. I'm pulling up Arthur Miller. Hey, what beat 'em up video game franchise? Okay, let's get to stuff we all know about now. What beat 'em up video game franchise featuring twin brother martial artists Billy and Jimmy was later turned into a poorly received 1994 James Yukich movie starring Scott Wolf and Mark Dacascos? You know this one. You know this one. Alpha Red, what's up? That's right. I have that one on VHS. There you go. Howdy, Alpha. Hope everything is well, my friend. Yeah. hmm I mean, this movie was so fucking bad. It's almost unacceptably bad.
yeah,
But what? Yes, Double Dragon. Yep. Doe got it. Menjoza got it. Double Grover La. Oh, yeah. Aerodynamics also got it. What's up, Aerodynamics? Thanks for joining us. Yep. Yep. Double Dragon.
there you
Such a
go.
bad movie. Such a bad movie. First of all, Scott Wolf. Come on. Mark Dacascos is a martial artist at least, but Scott fucking Wolf? What were they thinking?
No,
Nah, man, that was just wrong. Blue Velvet is 1996 neo noir film that was directed and written by what popular surrealists? And we lost him this year. Rest in peace, my man. One of the great American directors. Eraserhead, fucking Twin Peaks. The list goes on and on. But Blue Velvet is one of the weirdest yet greatest of his pieces by far. Who was that director? Yeah, he was great in Brotherhood of the Wolf. Thank you, Mendoza. Yeah, like solid choice there, right? Like he's a legit martial artist. Didn't he do the sequel to The Crow as well?
He did one of them, I think.
I think he did one of them, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right, Mendoza. David Lynch. Gone too early, my friend. R.I.P. One of the greats. All right. Despite poor reviews and even poor performance at the box office, what 1999 movie set in Boston followed fraternal twins turned vigilante killers became a cult favorite in part due to an exclusive partnership with Blockbuster? Now, this is a fucking great film. And yours truly probably knew somebody who worked on that. Yes, that's right, Graybeard. Dan's got it was this Crow TV show. Thank you. Oh yeah, right. David Lynch, probably number six. But yes, Joe Prime, straight up. Like, I mean, you can put probably two or three of his movies on there. Yeah, he was. Thank you, Dan. That's right. I remember he would. I remember he played the Crow. I just couldn't remember where. Yeah, Boondock Saints. So good, so good. Willem Dafoe, Billy Connolly, Sean Patrick Flattery. Like, such a great film, dude. Such a great film.
Hey, that film introduced everybody to Norman Reedus, who
That's
was
it.
Daryl on fucking Walking Dead,
Yep.
and the world renowned after that. World renowned.
No, but I mean, it's crazy how poor that film did, yet how great a film it is. Like Boondock Saints is legit a good film. Do you know what I mean? Like not cheesy good, like we're all like it's a fucking good movie. Oh yeah, Billy Connolly was so good in that. I got to meet him on several occasions. Sweetheart of a man. The sequel was equally good. I agree. Yeah, so good. All right. Of the 11 feature length live action Star Wars films released by Lucasfilm in theaters, only one does not have R2D2 in the film. Which one is it?
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Well, Billy Connolly and Mrs. Brown was also great. Now, of course, he suffers from dementia, which is, yeah, you're right, Graybeard. Which is a shame because what a fantastic talent, generational, head of the class. He was a teacher, just so many great movies, and a fucking brilliant comedian too. I might add. I saw him stand up show 20 years ago, and outrageously funny. Yes. Question mark, but that's a good guess.
There you go, Joe.
You got it though. The second was, yeah, I agree. Yeah, right. Yeah, because of course it has Willem Dafoe in it. It's a great cast. Yep. Solo was the only one that did not have R2D2 in it. For shame. That's why it sucked. Actually, that's a criminally underrated film. Solo was actually a pretty good movie.
It was. It
It
was.
was.
They're gonna have to get somebody if they want to do Han Solo stories. They gotta get somebody younger, anyways. They got to replace him. And the story wasn't bad. It was a heist film. That's basically what it was, a Star Wars heist film. But I thought it was not bad. You had Woody Harrelson in it. I mean, you had Chewbacca in it.
Hey, you had Thandie Newton in it. And if you know anything, Thandie Newton is a fox, man. I mean, she looks like she hasn't aged a day since Mission Impossible 2. In Mission Impossible 2, Thandie Newton was outrageously sexy. I put so lot on my memory bank, sorry. Oh, no, it wasn't that bad. Ish. Originally intended as a morality tale warning against the dangers of cannabis. This is for my cannabis friends. I picked this one. What 1936 film, sometimes called one of the worst movies ever made, has become a cult hit with marijuana users? Now, if we don't get instant bangers on this crowd, y'all hitting the wacky stuff. Yes, exactly. Graybeard right away. Before I even finished, the question had the answer in our private chat. You know it. I mean, it's hard to believe this movie was ever made, honestly. Yeah, sorry, Doe. Sorry, I misunderstood. Yes, it is Solo. And yes,
Ultra. Ultra.
come on now. Oh, look at this. Now it comes in. Everybody exactly at the same time. Bang, bang, bang. Yes, Reefer Madness. Have you ever seen it? I've never seen it. Like I've seen clips of it, of course, because it's ludicrously outrageous, but I don't think I've ever seen more than the clips. Can you
Yes,
even see the whole thing?
yeah, so you can actually. There was one time Netflix had it on their thing, but you can find it, man. You probably can find it right on YouTube and play it.
That's
No
crazy.
problem.
That's
But
crazy.
hey y'all, if you were plotting to kill the president, you were probably smoking weed. If you were if you were stealing money out of your mom's purse, you probably were smoking weed.
Uh,
Everything, man. If you'd have let those people back in that day let you believe half the shit in that movie, you would think we would all be criminals by now.
yeah. That's it, right? Like it's crazy.
But it's how
So
they
this
dealt.
night, no, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say that's how they dealt with stuff like that back then. They tried to just
Oh
misinform
yeah,
you and try
of
to
course.
scare you into not doing something.
There's a remake. What? Okay, now I'm curious. Now I need to see the remake.
No, no. See, I can't have a remake because the original one. I mean, that was that's.
Aerodynamic coming in with the black and white colorized version, and there's even a musical. Okay, I'm going down the Tubi rabbit hole.
I knew one of them
That
had it, man.
was awesome. The 1940 noir film They Drive by Night featured an independent truck driver struggling to become economically stable during the Great Depression. The film co-starred what American film star that was named the greatest male star of classic American history by the American Film Institute? First of all, this is one of my favorite actors, period. Period. And it hurts me to think there's an entire generation of kids who may never see the depth of this man's catalog and just how good he was in the short time he was on Earth. First of all, if you think of classic movies of the 30s and 40s and 50s, which great American actor would you think would absolutely be top of the list? Yes. Doe coming in quick. Great answer. Uh-oh. Am I lagging or are you lagging, Graybeard? Think it's might be you. Is it me? Is it you?
It was froze. It was me.
Okay. All right. Humphrey Bogart is right. Man. James Cagney, another great pick, though. Mendoza, another great pick. Marlon Brando. See, look, I mean, interesting how like this list actually is great. It was Humphrey Bogart, but I mean, hard to argue against these two as well. James Cagney, awesome. Top of the world, ma. Top of the world. And then Marlon Brando, I mean, Streetcar Named Desire, and so on. I mean, yeah. Okay. In the movie Star Wars, R2D2 claimed he was the property of Obi-Wan Kenobi, but C3PO disagreed. Who did C3PO claim was their former master?
I can't remember.
This is a tough one. This is actually a tough one. It's not easy. I did not know the answer to this at all. And then when I thought about it, I thought, yeah, of course, no, it totally made sense. But then I was like, what? What? It was the property of Obi-Wan Kenobi, but C-3PO disagree. Who did C-3PO claim was their former master? And it makes sense. R2's a mech droid. Think pilot. Think in the cockpit. Navigational droid helping which famous Star Wars pilot? Oh, yeah. Casablanca alone. Exactly. Yes, Dan. 100%.
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, we got a winner, Menjoza. That's
Yeah,
right.
General Antilles.
General Antilles, who at the time was actually Captain Antilles. Yep. Yep. That's the one. We deserve a Rogue Squadron movie. I think that's the one that Ryan Gosling's going to do, is going to kind of be kind of a loose adaptation of the Rogue Squadron books. I'm really excited for that. Um, Great series of books. All right. And last but not least, and I'm looking at my American friends now, Bruce Willis and Sarah Jessica Parker played Pittsburgh boat cops in Striking Distance. Criminally underrated movie, by the way. Really enjoy it. A movie whose original title shared what watery name with a bygone stadium? So think of where they were in Pittsburgh. There was a watery name for a bygone stadium. What was the name of that stadium? And if we have any Pittsburgh natives in the house, or any baseball fans for that matter.
I remember the movie, but I do not know the name of the stadium.
That was a good movie. Striking Distance was actually a great film. It hurts my heart to see what's happening to Bruce Willis today.
Yeah, he's it's
Sad. Such a great yes, aerodynamics coming in strong. Three Rivers it is. Three Rivers Stadium. Yep. Sam as well. There we go. Y'all got it.
right.
Not the one Patty Jenkins is doing a Rogue Squadron. Manjos, I don't know who's directing it. I know it's being shot right now. No, it's not. It's the guy who, sorry, it's I should know this. He's a Canadian. Sean Levy, the one who did the Deadpool movies, is directing this one. I think it's already wrapped principal photography, so it should be edited. Yes, who's the best cop now? Such a great fucking movie. With Dennis Farina. It was actually a pretty good cast. There you go. All right. So we came back. Was that okay? You know what? Was it a good? Was it good?
Absolutely.
All right. Was it all rusty after being away for a while? Wasn't sure if that was the one that was going to work. Okay. So before we get to the next thing, which is going to be fun, and I hope everybody in the chat will continue to participate because I love the way our chat. I love our chat. You guys are awesome. I went to see Supergirl last night. So before we left, my wife said, I don't know. I'm not really, she's like, I don't think the one's good. It's going to be good. Right. And she doesn't know anything about anything, but she just knows and I go, well, it has Jason Momoa in it. Now, my wife loves her some Jason Momoa. And she says, he's kind of fat now. He's kind of let himself go. She's like, meh. So I'm like, oh, shit. All right. That didn't even get her. I'm in trouble. So we go to the VIP theater. We have reclining seats, heated, the whole bit. 20 minutes into the movie, I turn around, my wife's out cold. Out cold. She slept through the entire fucking movie. So, I won't ask her how she felt about it. I will say it was a truly, truly, truly enjoyable film. Popcorn from beginning to end, nonstop action. Millie Alcock is fantastic as Supergirl. Where they drop Jason Momoa is fantastic as Lobo. Where they dropped the ball was probably the most nondescript, boring villain in the history of superhero movies.
Yeah.
There was no stakes. It just felt so what motivates this guy? Why is it I don't know. Anyways, I enjoyed it tremendously, but I can see why people feel blah about it because there's just no real, it revolves around, without spoilers, really the dog is the most important part of the story.
I
And that
figured
tells you everything you need to know.
I figured as much. It's supposed to be about Supergirl, but they made it about crypto, and there you go. You got that right, Frank. That was an expensive nap.
It was hilarious. It came back home with two full things of popcorn anyway. And the sad thing is, I hate to admit this, I didn't even notice until, because I was so into the movie, that I turned around and I was like, hey, how did you like it? She's like, babe, I slept through the whole damn thing. I was like, nice. Astray. What's
What
up,
up,
my friend?
Astray?
But no. I mean, listen, it's fun. It's a great popcorn movie. People were laughing, people were clapping, people were into it, into the crowd. She was really, really good as Supergirl. I cannot emphasize that enough. He was great as Lobo, but the story was just. But anyway,
Which is sad, which is so sad because if you look at DC and what they've done for stories in the animated side of the house, they should have been able to whip up a nice script, a nice story, and they struggle with that. I don't know why.
yeah, no, me neither. Maybe I want a Lobo flick the same way, so maybe I want a Black Panther. Yeah, exactly. No, that's right. Exactly right. Yep, that's a great, great. And I think we will see more of Lobo for sure. Yeah, he was really good in it, to be honest. Well, he's born to play the role, right? It's a biker role. So, all right. Now, next, we're going to have some fun here.
Uh
I think
oh.
everybody's going to dig this one. Everybody's going to dig this one. I'll watch for Lobo, but I'll get free tickets. Yeah, yeah, that's it. These dang recline chairs. Oh, they are, dude. Oh, Menjoza. And then you can put the heat on as well. And right now, because the heat wave we're having, they put the air conditioning to like freeze your ass off setting. So like you're like shivering. So like as soon as you put the heat on, and then ours serves alcohol. So I'm like 3 gins into it. She's 4 Prosecco's into it. I'm trying to sober up before I get in the car.
Uh huh.
Tried to tell y'all James Gunn isn't worthy of a cinematic. No, well, no. In all fairness, though, Astray, James Gunn did not direct this movie. I know there's a misconception out there that he directed this. He did not direct it. It did have a James Gunn feel to it, but he did not direct this film. And then because everyone has their own ideas that are better than yeah, exactly. No. Dan cannot emphasize that enough. You're right. If they just did Woman of Tomorrow, right? That, like you say, the story's there. Oh, your brother works for the theater. Oh, score, dude.
Well,
Shit.
the movies have to play with that. You got the source material, which is the comic books or whatever source material you're using. If it's great to see, especially when DC would do the animated stories, like, they did the Dark Knight Returns story in animated version. They've done some other stories animated wise, and they are exactly like the comic. I'm like, this is great. This is great. But, do you want everything exactly the way it was? Do you really want to know what's going to happen? You know? Or do you want them to mess around with it? I mean, it's kind of like, because they're going to get around to doing all these great stories, but I think they're always going to piss people off because they got to try to change it up.
Well, hold on to that thought because what we're about to talk about in the lightning round and the rapid fire might actually keep that thought going because I think you're onto something there and we definitely need to visit that. Want to shout out Downtown Joey. What's up,
What
my
up?
friend? What up, Joey? Good to see you. Get caught up on a couple comments here. Ultra before the double feature at the drive-in last night. They played two classic Looney Tune cartoons. Lots of the kids there and laughed more during that than Toy Story. Oh, wow, is Toy Story 5 that bad? Eesh. Man, that was once like an unbeatable franchise. And then, of course, we got a Strider Man in the
Uh-oh.
House movie coming to a theater near. Yeah, exactly. Okay, hold on to that thought because we're gonna get to some good stuff. So this is lightning round. Agree or disagree? Please tell us in the chat. Do you agree or disagree with some of these lightning round comments? Yes, no. First of all, Today's quote is from Chet Pussy, from Dust Till Dawn, Cheech Marin. You know what they say about me? I suck. Which
Yeah.
we got yellow pussy, pink pussy. Anyway, I'm gonna stop this. If adult show, so uh first, agree or disagree. The golden age of superhero movies is already over. Agree or disagree, Gray Beard and chat.
Agree. I disagree.
Agree?
I dis
Disagree?
I disagree.
Okay. So you think there's better to come. All
They
right.
have.
All right.
I mean, they've only scratched the surface with the stories that they could get around to. So it's all about how they want to do it. But I don't think it's happened yet. I mean, for some people it might have, but if you look back at it, starting back from Batman 66, when they put Bruce Wayne on the big screen for the first time from that crazy TV show, went to Christopher Reeve and Superman, Michael Keaton as Batman. And since then, we've been recycling a lot of that shit over and over again. And I think whoever grabs their source material by the balls, like Marvel or DC or Star Wars, they look and be like, we have this story here. All we have to do is just do it. And that's what I'm waiting for. Sooner or later, they're going to do a movie. The closest thing I've seen to a movie being the closest to its source material probably was freaking what was the Watchmen. The Watchmen movie, I think, is the closest movie out there to the source material. When they told that story, they told it on, and they had to cut a lot out. They had, I mean, for editing purposes, for time purposes, they had to cut a lot out. But I think we have 3 or 4 stories out there that need to be told in the movie universe, and I hope they do them right. Secret Wars, I think, will tell the tale, man. If they somehow weave a nice story with Secret Wars, then it might be some hope.
Okay. And you know what? No, I love that take and I love the optimism. Menjoza here hits a great point, but a lot of superheroes are not translated to screen. Bobby Wold also has a great one where he's saying, I don't think storytelling is anywhere like it used to be. Just teasing a little. That's true. And I liked Dan also. I think the golden age is over. But when people say there's superhero fatigue or they can't make good superhero movies, I disagree. That's actually a great point. Um, and I think there's a bit of truth in everything that people are saying there. So no, it's great, really, really great. And then it's time for new heroes people are super familiar with, and I think that's where James Gunn may hit it off because if you follow his timeline, all the next movies are all C or D characters that nobody's familiar with. So hopefully that will reinvigorate. Writing the newer comic trickles into better writing in newer movies. Joseph has been beaten to death. Great. So keep that momentum going because there are some other comments here that fits into all this. Multiverse stories are lazy writing. Agree or disagree?
It is. I agree. I agree. Multiverse is just it was an idea that they came up with in the comics so they can explain away why this Superman's like this Superman's like that, this Batman's like this Flash is like this. And in the end, they'll also use it to kill off all these characters because the comics are excellent at culling their own. They do it a lot, like almost every year, every other year. They're putting down, and they'll bring them back. Don't get me wrong. Just because they kill off a superhero doesn't mean next year he won't be alive. They tried to kill off Wolverine. I thought that was the dumbest idea ever. Same with Superman. They try to kill him off. I'm like, that ain't going to work. What the hell are you talking about? But I think the multiverse also can provide some good storylines. I liked I'll give a good example. The Thomas Wayne character, especially the one they did from the animated movie, the Flashpoint Paradox, where you met this Batman that was not Bruce Wayne. You got to meet Thomas Wayne, who deals with the criminals in a very different way than Batman would have. And sometimes that intrigues me. I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is kind of cool. I just don't think it should be overdone. I think there's times and places to do the multiverse thing. They should keep it to a minimum. But when they do it, they need to do it.
Well, so no, and I appreciate that. And so my sentiment actually is what aerodynamics said here is I feel like with the multiverse, there's never any real stakes because someone can just time snap or multiverse their way and change and rewrite, the universe, or they continue to live in another. And I think that to me is the biggest downside of the multiverse. Although, man, there's been some great points here about also Miles Morales not existing and other aspects of it. Um, and here's what Dan is making the point. The point as well is it can be done well. I think but if they didn't use it and see, yeah, that's what anyway. So see, I mean, this is the thing, right? There's no easy answer. That's why I love these kind of agree or disagrees. You're kind of like, but, and it's kind of like you're never, but it also makes you think, okay. So it's cool. For me, it does make everything a little less meaningful. I think the stakes get lowered when you do multiverses. For me, Batman works better than Superman on film. Agree or disagree?
Agree. Wholeheartedly. Batman is all right. I'm taking this to a psychological standpoint. Please bear with me, y'all.
Let me change this so I don't cover your face every time I'm showing a comment. Sorry, brother. Let me see if there's a way to do this where I'm not covering our faces. Go on.
Oh, no.
That's even worse.
The Batman is human. There's nothing. He's not an alien. He doesn't have any special powers. He has nothing. In the Marvel universe, he would be Tony Stark, just a human. And Batman has more of a grip with fans, I think, because he is human. And he, as a human, he'll go out there and fight Superman, knowing that, as a human, he would most certainly die, but he relies on his brain and the shit he done thought up, paid for, and all that to keep him alive. But I think Batman works better because Batman is a lot more relatable. He saw his parents get killed, that can resonate with a whole lot of folks. And, but Batman, I mean, yeah, works better on film. I think he works better on film all the time.
Yeah, I agree. I think on film to date, Batman, yeah, it just lends itself to more nuanced story, more grounded story. I think with Superman, the problem you have is the scale. To Astray's point, he's a god, so the scale has to be so much larger to give him anybody of substance, to any challenge of substance. So immediately you get into like just bigger, more complicated, more kind of and so I think that's always been the problem with Superman. And he's a do-gooder. And I don't know that the do-gooder plays the way it did in 2026 that it did before. Like people want to see morally complicated characters, which I think was, to me, Zack Snyder's stroke of genius when he made him kill Zod. But that pissed a lot of people off, right? Like Superman doesn't kill. And you're like, well, actually, in real life, or well, like real life, it's fucking, we're talking about comic book, but if a god punched somebody, you punch his fist right through them like he did in, in that cartoon with Omni-Man, right? I mean, the consequences would be dire. So I don't know. Anyway, so I agree.
You know what? I would throw this on the icing of the cake there with Superman being a do-gooder. I done seen many Superman battles where he's punching people through buildings, stuff is falling down, and you're telling me not one time one person didn't get killed, didn't get smashed by a fucking helicopter flying out the sky, didn't get hit by a car or a building. Come on, somebody died. Superman done killed a lot of people, y'all. They ain't looking into this. There is a story here, y'all. Y'all
Cover
need
up.
to find out.
Cover up.
Superman
Release the files. Release the files, God damn it.
released the Jor-El files. He is a killer, y'all.
It's being more late. That's how I feel about Peter Parker, Spider-Man, average guy. Real responsibilities, lose a lot in his life. Yeah, Joey, great point. Great point, actually. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that was a good one. I thought Batman would play more. So, the best superhero movie to date was released before 2010. Agree or disagree?
Fuck, man.
Oh,
No, I now no.
oh.
I gotta think harder because I'm like shit. I gotta know. 2010.
For me, that's an easy yes because to me, the greatest superhero movie of all time was definitely released pre 2010.
Shit, man.
Easily, it still holds up to this day. That is why in Superman 2 he looked around and retrieved. Yeah. Now everybody's on their phone going, fuck, pre 2010.
Yeah, that's what I'm having trouble
When did
with.
that? Yeah, when did that?
Made
When did that? What? What? What's going on? This is a tough one. This one I was like, but anyway, to me it's pretty easy one
Okay,
to me.
I gotta guess. Let me get my guess in here, man. Let me get my guess in here.
Okay.
I think I have one. I had to think hard in my head. I had to think hard in my head. Why is it not? No, go. Take that answer. There it is.
So this Dan
Talking about Toby.
hit my why I agree. Because I think Iron Man to this day still stands up as the best superhero movie made to date. Period.
I agree for a different movie.
Ooh, Unbreakable. God, that's a good fucking choice, man, Joseph. Okay, what's yours? Go ahead.
I went with Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 2.
Man.
Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire.
Would have been after 2010, no?
I don't know. That's the problem I'm having. I'm like, when the fuck did it come out?
Blank Man was 1990. Blank Man. No. Okay. That's fucking funny. Oh, that's funny. Bobby Will coming out with Blank Man, which is the Marlon Wayans movie. Blank Man. Anyway, that's pretty funny. That's pretty
04.
funny.
Spider-Man 2 came out in 04.
04. Okay, you're going okay. So that it holds up. It holds up. So you would be a yes then. Avengers was 2012. Yes, that's why 2010 is the cutoff year. Avengers, yeah, arguably also. But Iron Man, Hellboy, good one. That is a good one. I think that is pre 2010 as well. All right, all right.
I think Iron Man showed.
So we had a mixed bag.
I think I would agree with yours as well because I believe Iron Man showed that we can do this. We can have these characters on screen. You know, I remember didn't the Hulk and Iron Man come out like roughly in the same year when they went for this big push on that? I think they started off.
Yeah, Hulk came out not too long after that,
right.
but Iron Man, yeah. I mean, also probably arguably the greatest casting of all time with Robert Downey Jr.
That was a smart call on that, dude.
That's a great call, right? Like I don't think they could have imagined the level of success they had.
Hold on, I gotta check another damn movie. What the fuck, man?
I think it's so weird when my hand gestures fuck up my 2000s Dark Knight. Dark Knight was pre-2010. I don't think so.
Hang on, we're gonna find out because I got a feeling. It'll be close.
We need like a fact checker when we do. Oh, it is. It is.
Oh,
Dark Knight, 2008.
Before we
Shit,
look
there you
into
go.
it, I would agree with the statement.
Damn, look how, hey, isn't this crazy? Look at all the movies that are suddenly everybody's realizing are pre 2010. And it's like, holy shit. Like, time flies.
They were
Doesn't feel
trying
like
hard, man. They're not trying as hard anymore.
Stu.
They got lazy.
Okay, listen. If you're not following Stew for Lunch on Instagram, you are missing out on some of the best and funniest fucking content on earth. Like I went down the Stew for Lunch rabbit hole when I was in Europe because of the time difference. I couldn't catch any of the lives. But Stu, I was following him on Instagram. My man, you are brilliantly funny. Like brilliantly funny. Yeah, do yourselves a favor and follow Stu on Instagram. You will thank me for it. I promise you. Okay. So I think we all agree then. 2010 best superhero movie because nobody went post 2010 except for Avengers. Somebody did call out Avengers. Hard not to hard not to argue with that. So Marvel and DC should only release one movie per year. Agree or disagree? Ooh, Watchmen 2008 9, another good one. So Marvel and DC should only release one movie per year. Agree or disagree at this point in the game?
I disagree. Disagree.
Disagree. Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
I think they can put out as much shit as they want. It's when they want to start connecting. If they want to start connecting, like if you're gonna have a whole bunch of shows and they're all connected to this one thing, then I'm like, you know. But one a year, yeah, I would disagree. I wouldn't say only because now you're just limiting, you know. You can have a whole different character that's going to be in his own movie. It isn't connected to anything else. And I think you can let that go. I think you can put that out. I
Oh,
think the more
Winter
the
Soldier
better.
was a great movie. Sorry.
I think more the better, man. I just don't. I would limit them if you're going to try to connect. If there's going to be a connecting storyline from one movie to the next, then you don't want to get too crazy with that. But if you're just doing solo projects and shooting them out there, why not? There's
I
way
feel
more.
at this point, yeah, no, I agree with I don't disagree with you, but I do feel at this point that there is real fatigue happening and that they really need to pause like just the amount that they're putting out and to just put out real bangers. Um and to me, I don't know, and maybe that's me, but I feel like the quality is definitely not outpacing the quantity. And I feel like there's a push to just get things out there to keep the momentum going. And at this point, you're actually stalling momentum because it's like, bad after bad after bad after mediocre. You know what I mean? And it's actually drowning out good movies. Because you get four or five bad ones, you get a good one, and everybody's just so fatigued that by the time, you know what I mean? Like it kills the
Yeah,
momentum of that. Yeah. No, and Dan, that's also, so tough one, right? Should put out normally so they put out yeah. See, Ultra, I'm with you on that. Gotta be honest with you. The best movie has not been made yet. Okay. What does WWH mean? World War Hulk? That's what I'm thinking it means. Just thinking
yeah,
about who made that comment. I just put two and two together, you Hulkamaniac. Disagree, one every 2 years and not connect altogether. The fatigue is real, y'all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Alpha. The fatigue is real. Good writing with great vision. Yeah. Yeah, they got the money. That's for sure. Ah, dude, no. I'm just telling it like it is. That's the
ah,
truth. Take the information from listen to others, put that doubt out there. Well, there's a fatigue about that too, Frank. You're right. I mean, there has been rage farming has become a real source. Half of these YouTube channels are shitting on something months before it's even released. They're telling you it's a terrible movie. And you're like, how would you know? Like, do you remember my test case for that? And I'm not blaming anybody because they're just getting information from somebody and everybody's got a source. But my test case for that was how people were saying that Reed Richards would not stretch.
I remember that.
And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, there's no way in any world that they're making a Fantastic Four movie where Reed Richards does not stretch. And people were like, mark my words, and I was like, dude, I don't care where you're getting your information. It simply isn't possible. But again, because they're putting out so much stuff, they're putting out trailers and feelers and testers before they've even done the FX for anything. So nobody sees the special effects and they take that for being like the trailer to the movie.
Right.
So they're kind of doing it to themselves.
That's
Right? Like, oh, here's a rough cut. Like, don't give me a rough cut. Give me an actually completed with all visual effects trailer. Don't give me a rough cut. Anyway,
hey, I'm with you on the fantastic. That thing with the Fantastic Four, man. Everybody was hollering that Reed Richards wasn't stretching. Sue Storm didn't have any powers. They were like, how could this be? How could this be? And then they fucking put out the trailer and you see his ass stretching. I'm like, the Fantastic Four just pissed all in all y'all faces. Just right, they just put out another trailer. You saw Reed Richards stretching. You saw Sue Storm using her powers. And then everything everybody was talking about for like 2 weeks straight went to shit. Everybody was like, oh, it's going to be a trash movie. They're not using their powers. This, that, and the other thing. And I was like, oh my God. They put out a trailer and I see this and he's stretching. He's stretching.
Now, in all fairness, Alpha, it wasn't just Nico. I know Nico did say it in a couple of our chats because we all are in the same circles, but this is not a Nico Tronis thing at all. Like, he was getting his information from a source in the business. So this had nothing to do with him, but this is how these things start. But again, it's not so much, they are just, again, giving us information they're getting. But the thing is like, the studios are doing it to themselves because they're pumping out so much stuff. And they need to keep people so engaged that they're releasing stuff without any of the visual effects being done, and then people are freaking out on it. And I wish it's just like, if you just took your time and did things a little slower and a little more correctly, you might get more engagement. So I mean, we were getting clips of Supergirl months before they'd even finished any real polished editing, right? And it was like, oh, like, you don't need to do that. Anyway, that was me. Sue Storm was awesome. Yeah, here's the other one too. It's like Hulk not getting mad. Come on, y'all. Like, for real, right? Like, oh, there's no way the Hulk's gonna turn green.
Right?
Yeah. I totally did. Only because it was going around everywhere, and I just kept thinking, come on, guys. Like, it was my test case for like enough. Look at John Wick. The story's cliche, but great writing. The vision made it unforgettable. And the worst thing, yeah. Well, except that last John Wick where he fell down the world's longest fucking staircase and getting up. That staircase scene went on for 20 minutes, dude. And I remember people in the theater going like, okay, like, how many times are you gonna fall down these stairs and get back up? I agree with you on the YouTube is getting a little out of hand. The algorithm is flooded with people dumping on Supergirl right now. I watch maybe 1 out of 10 of, yeah, it's like, guys, like, you're going to do it to a point where, you're going to kill the thing that you love. Like, that's the only outcome. And if that's your end game, then okay. I mean, that's cool. You have the right to do that. But shitting, like, telling me a movie is shitty 3 months before it's even been released and you've really seen none of it is just so annoying to me. Fucking annoying. It's my one pet peeve. King Collector, what's up? Hope you're well, my friend. Another channel you guys should check out if you haven't checked out King Collector. Some really great stuff. All right, move on to the next one. The best superhero movies have little to no CGI final battle. Final battle. So the best superhero movies have little to no CGI final battle. Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Disagree. Okay, so you think?
Yeah, I think to really do a superhero movie, like, if you're gonna have some top-notch superheroes duking it out, there's gonna be CGI involved. I mean, it's got to happen. Can they limit it? Can they make it look better? Can they control it? Yeah, but it's got to be, you know, if Superman's fighting, he's gonna punch somebody through a building. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, and it can have some like okay, so but I think yeah, so little to no, so little like I think the greatest best superhero movies in my opinion have had some CGI at the battle, but they haven't been over engineered, right? Wow, Joe Prime now. Yeah, no, you for sure. Big Transformers fan. Yes, yes, 100%, dude. Holy shit.
But
Yeah, I mean, uh,
when you're dealing with characters that have a lot of power, can cause a lot of damage, the CGI is just going to play into it. Now, where that comes back to where kind of with the Batman question, where you got Batman in play where he doesn't kind of like use things like that, you know, then, you know, it can maybe look a little bit better. You know, his fight, especially nowadays, they've definitely been making Batman fight scenes a lot better looking than they
mhm.
initially started off with. They have definitely made him look a lot tougher. And I know a little bit has to do with CGI, but it still looks good. And it's not, you know, like you said, it's not overly done. You know, sometimes they do these big CGI things. I remember like in Star Wars, you would have those big space battles. There was just too much going on. You couldn't actually process everything you were looking at. It could be over.
Well, so I remember the first Transformer movies, which I love to this day. The first one, I'll never forget seeing that in the theater, and I was like, "Holy shit, it's incredible!" Because the imagination, the technology finally caught up to the imagination, and I can't say how much that movie to me was one of the best, one of my favorite movies, easily. But as the Transformer movies kept going, I did find them to be hard to follow. Some of the battle sequences, as they got more complicated, it became almost kind of like, oh, what's going on? But that first one to me was perfect, perfect. Of course, Megan Fox was at her peak in every way possible. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Shia LaBeouf was great. The parents were funny. John Turturro was funny. It had the right blend of comedy and action. Had a great soundtrack. Michael Bay was on top of it. That picked the right director. Fucking Transformer ones, dude. Like I can't say enough about that movie. That's like my dirty little secret that I'll go to my grave saying that's one of my favorite movies ever. Like it's in my top 20 for sure.
That was a very
Um,
well done movie. They just, I think the real only complaint, you know, they kind of missed the mark on how the Transformers should look. That's where, you know, Michael Bay, I don't know who came up with the crazy idea to make them look the way they did. That's really where they missed at. They missed because they didn't look like the guys you played with back in the day.
no, that's for sure. No, that's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. But I don't know, man. I just keep thinking about making. Now, here we go. I think we just hit on this. Comic fans cannot be pleased ever, agree, or disagree. uh, I was just typing. Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, oh my god, we're all around the same generation, so we were all thinking the same goddamn thing when we were watching that movie. Later has always made me not. Yeah, that's it,
I
Alpha.
would disagree.
You would disagree? Okay, that's good. It's good.
I disagree because I'm a fan of comics and I go back to the Watchmen, man. That movie, even though there's still things that's missing from that movie, and I understand why they didn't include it because it'd be like probably too hard to explain. But the meat and potatoes of that movie was pretty good from the comics. The only thing they left out in that movie was the whole the pirate thing. There was this pirate story that the kid at the newsstand was reading. And in Watchmen, in the comic book, they would take you through that story as well. And
Hmm.
they didn't do that. They did not do that in the movie, but I understand why they didn't do it. Because if you're reading a comic of it, it's kind of weird. It's like all of a sudden you're reading this Watchmen, and then it just shifts to this fucking pirate ship. And you're like, what the fuck, man? You know, y'all need to make like there should be a block there to explain what the fuck just happened when you do that. But I think you can make them out there, but I don't think the movie company wants to make it like what is already written. I think they
Mm.
just have to fuck with it. They got to because they don't want it to be the same.
That's good. No, and I think from what the chat is saying, a lot of people agree. Like, and that's good that we should disagree with this, right? We should be in that majority where we say no. Comic fans can be pleased, and for the most part, you know what? These movies do hit the buttons that you expect because I think you understand that it can't just be about the comics because they're also trying to appeal to people who haven't read 20 years worth of lore or alternate, Earth 52 or wherever all these alternate universes are, right?
Right.
Um, so no, I agree with that. So that's good. We all agree about everything that should be in a movie that was in a comic book. I'm still waiting for the Sinister Six. Yeah, that would have been nice. And then Alpha said, Great Bulls have something to complain about. It's in nature, including, yeah, no, me too, dude. I agree with that too. And the thing is I don't mind when people have honest criticisms, but I wish once in a while people would also say, hey, listen, there was also some really great things about this, and I'm glad that it's heading in a good direction and not a total train wreck. Um, but yeah, it's just yeah, well, Alan Moore. Have you ever seen Alan Moore in an interview? I don't know if Alan Moore is just a happy person in life. Um, and we all complain about action figures too. Isn't that the truth? So that was the agree or disagree portion. How was that? That was fun. That was really
Yeah.
fun. Thank you, chat. Yeah, we had some good ones in there. And now we're gonna do rapid fire, quick release. This is just what's coming off the top of your head. Bing,
Oh
bang,
shit.
bang. You all let us know. Before we get that, I like this actually comic. One more comment here from Doe on this one. Tough to get all the comic people because there are different origin stories. Yes, exactly. But and the measure for me is always like my spouse who has absolutely no idea about any of these universes and characters. And when we can go see a movie, whether it's a superhero movie, a Star Wars movie, Star Trek, whatever it is, an IP, Motu, whatever, and she walks out and goes, "Holy shit, that was fun." I think the studio has done what they needed to do. Because that's the bottom line is if you're spending $300 million on a movie, you cannot rely on the diehard fans to make that money back. You just can't.
No, you need
Okay.
way more. You need way more people to make that money back.
Way, way more, right? Rapid Fire, great movie with Brandon Lee. No, no, no. Frank's going to be here all week, folks. Try the veal. So here we
Yeah.
go. Most overrated superhero movie. People, think about it. Most overrated superhero movie. Oh, I already know what mine is, dude. I already know what mine is. And mine's controversial, I know. I'm going to get some hate mail. Might even lose a subscriber. Mm. While you're thinking about it, I'll tell you mine, to be fair, because you haven't seen these questions. I probably had a minute to think about it while I was doing these questions. I think Batman 89 is the most overrated superhero movie of all time. I think I look back on it, I didn't like it then. I don't like it now. I think Batman 2 was a much better movie with Michelle Pfeiffer and all the characters with Danny DeVito. But I think the original Batman 89, I didn't like anybody's interpretation of any of those characters then, and I don't like it now. That's my hot take. But most overrated superhero to me is Batman 89.
Oh,
Ooh, Dark Knight. That's one that I hear quite often. That is not You're not on a ledge there, like my Batman 89. You're definitely not on a ledge. Iron Man. Wow. Look at that. He didn't even need to think about it, he says. Fair enough.
yeah.
Oh, there you go. Hey, also, Stu, great. Yep. You're going to have some backers on that one. That's a fact. The original Superman. Again, I think Superman 2 was better than the original Superman, just like I think Batman 2 was better than the original Batman. All the Avengers were all overrated. Yep. Menjoza. That's a good point, actually. Graybeard, you're still thinking about this one, man.
Multiverse of Madness. Doctor Strange, Multiverse
Ooh.
of Madness. Overrated. They
Yes,
screwed that.
definitely.
They screwed that pooch so hard that PETA should be called.
Is that the one where they cast what's her name as the a wise one? No, is it?
I'm not sure.
Yes, with what's the blonde girl as the Norton Hulk movie? We love Ruffalo. Oh no, no, no! That was actually all right. That's fair. Actually, that is fair. That is fair. That is fair. Actually, it's all overrated.
Ah,
Yeah, the Norton Hulk movie was actually heavily overrated. Actually. But tough one, right? You start thinking about it, you start going like, oh, what's the most like which one do I think was just so overrated? We had some good ones there though. Dark Knight definitely not on a Iron Man from Frank is kind of crazy. Ooh, yes, with Scarlet Witch, right.
stab at you.
Thank you. Frank is savage, actually. I'm surprised nobody went with Thor Ragnarok or any of those. No Way Home. Oh, yeah, that was super overrated. Yeah, super overrated and made a shit ton of money. Like a ton of money. A massive, massive money maker. Don't understand. Next. All right, rapid fire.
All
Most
right.
underrated superhero movie.
Underrated.
And while you're thinking of this and the audience is thinking about this, here's where so it kind of feeds into a bit of the Hulk narrative that people are talking about. I actually think Ang Lee's Hulk with Eric Bana is one of the most underrated superhero movies of all time. That was in my opinion, a fantastic Hulk film. Um, so I mean, anyways, that I think to me is the most underrated superhero movie was definitely that one. So we got some answers here still coming in for overrated. So let's see. Menjoza, yeah, I love Thor Ragnarok, but it's often cited in chats. Iron Man 3 sucked. Oh yes, very much too. Third Thor movie. Oh, Love and Thunder, so bad, so bad.
Well, Rick,
Unbreakable. It's a good
there you
one.
go, Frank. There you go. Frank is with. I'm with Frank. With
Blade, underrated.
yep.
Okay. Oh, Frank's got it. What has he got for you? The Crow. Is that underrated? Really? The
I
Crow's
don't
like a
think.
cult classic.
Yeah. The Crow's got a following, man.
Yeah, I don't think you can call under. I don't think. No, I'm sorry. I'm calling bullshit on
Maybe
that
when
one.
it initially came out. Maybe when it initially came out, it might have been underrated, but it's got a good following now.
All right, Frank. That's a better answer. That's a better answer. Blade 2. The
Frank trying.
Return of Swamp Thing. The
No,
Return of Swamp Thing.
hell, fuck
What?
no, Stu. Kick him
What?
out. Kick him out. He just he thinks Heather Locklear is going to save that movie. He thinks
Over Adrian Barbeau? What? Over Adrian Barbeau? No. Hey, listen. You like what you like. No, I mean, that's not a bad one. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with him calling out the Return of Swamp Thing. Much more so than I was. I'm sorry, Frank, man. The Crow was not an underrated movie. That is a cult classic.
hey, I'll give Swamp Thing 2. I'll give Swamp Thing 2 credit. The opening credits of Swamp Thing 2, where they had the comic panels flashing on the screen from the comics, and they were playing the Creedence Clearwater Revival. I was like, that's the way you open up a comic book movie. You just be right up front in their face with it.
Yeah, no, that's for sure, 100%. Blade with Wesley Snipes was just great. It's been given credit. Yeah, 100%, dude. There is no MCU without Blade. That's a fact. I agree with that. Return of the Swamp Thing had a great suit. Yeah, Oh, the new Swamp Thing show was good too. What's up,
It
brother?
was. I
Hope
hated that
everything's
they
treating you
canceled that
well.
shit. I hated they canceled that. What up, Cooter?
Yeah, that TV show was great. But they do that with like they just canceled The Burrows, and that was doing really well. That was a great Netflix show. Like one season, like guys. Anyways, fuck Netflix. We can get on a whole other Meteor Man. Look at this
No, man.
Joker. What are you
No,
talking about? What are you
no
talking
Robert
about?
Townsend. No, thank you.
No, thank you. All right. Best casting ever in a superhero movie. I think I already said mine earlier while everybody's thinking about it. I think Robert Downey Jr. was the best casting ever. Um, I mean, you cannot have Tony Stark without Robert Downey Jr. I mean, he's absolutely embodied that role. So for me, that was an easy answer. Um, ooh, Darkman's a good call out. Good call out, actually, Menjoza. That actually is an underrated. That's the one with Liam Neeson,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, that's a good call out, dude. That was a great movie and underrated. You're absolutely right. So yeah, Robert Downey Jr. to me is the perfect superhero cast. Of course, we probably have people in the audience that have already called out somebody just recently in
I
this.
will.
That's probably a great.
I will say that the best casting ever.
That's what I was
No,
waiting for,
no, the
Frank.
best casting ever is Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury.
Ooh, oh, interesting choice.
Samuel L. Jackson for Nick
Really?
Fury, I think, is the best. The best casting.
Over the guy who played Knight
Yep.
Rider? Yeah, fucking easily.
Hey,
Uh,
with the hat with the Hoff, y'all. Hey, it's best to just you got to shut off the Hoff, y'all. Keep him out of your mind. Don't no, man. Samuel L. Jackson is Nick Fury, man. I actually have enjoyed him as being Nick Fury.
no, he's been actually has been great as Nick Fury. The Shadow was underrated too. Yes, I would love to see. Keep that in mind. Maybe you'll use that for another question. Reeves as Superman, very good. Frank coming in with the nah Hasselhoff. Get out of here. Got to figure out how to mute somebody. How do you mute somebody for 10 seconds? You're timed now. Everybody's got the right to love who they love. But yeah, some good. I mean, Wesley Snipes, that's a great Reeves, RDJ. Um, yeah, it's hard to argue with those being like the perfect versions of that. I mean, look, I mean, I thought for sure somebody would talk about. I think Ian McKellar as Magneto is perfect. Patrick Stewart as Professor X is a perfect casting. I think, of course, Wolverine. Hugh Jackman is the perfect Wolverine. Um, I mean, there's been some great. I mean, the list can go on and on. Jim Henson, Ninja Turtles, both in suits. It was yeah, it's true. It's a fact, right? Benedict Cumberbatch. Oh, what are you saying, man? What are you saying? What are you saying, Frank? All right. Okay, so Shadow was good. They need to remake that. Okay, here we go. We got. Oh, what do we got? Someone's backstage. Who is backstage? Didn't you hear that? I heard that.
I don't know.
Yep, I knew. Oh, Virgo's
Ah,
back. Virgo, cool. There we go. Best villain on film. Gotta, you got to hold these ideas, guys. My question. I have a question coming up with this. That I think Menjoza. I was going to use that as my answer. You're stealing my thunder.
I mean, best villain on film, man. It's got to be the Joker, man.
Hmm. Which one?
Oh, Heath Ledger, man. I'm sorry. I think Heath Ledger has probably got one of the best interpretations. Don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill is right there, but going on film as the Joker, not just voice acting, I thought Heath Ledger had it pretty damn close. There was a
Magneto.
I think he did it the best, where the Joker, even though he's not threatening you or saying like he's going to do something bad to you, it just seems like he was more threatening than the rest of them.
Ultra. What the fuck? Best villain on film, Jenny from Forrest Gump.
Hey.
Ooh, this is a good pick, actually. Doc Ock. That's actually a good pick. So yeah, I mean, mine was definitely Heath Ledger. So I gotta agree with you that I think that's been to me the best villain so far caught on film. One of my favorite. I mean, superheroes. Keeping it real with superheroes, of course. There's been a lot of great James Bond villains, but
Right.
yeah, yeah. I mean, of course, Darth Vader, but superhero wise, might also go with Thor Ragnarok. Kate Blanchett as what was her name in it? Oh, she was good.
Oh, I can't remember. I know you're talking about. She was fucking Thor's sister,
Yeah, I just blanked out on
Helena
the
or something
name.
like that.
Yeah, she was so good. Ozymandias, Matthew Good from Watchmen. Don't hate me. Nice, nice. That's good. Ozymandias, Matthew Good from Watchmen. Does he become? Sorry, is that Doctor
No,
Manhattan?
no, it's the villain. He was actually a superhero, and he was the billionaire and all that, but he concocted this scheme to set things in motion. But he was the main villain in Watchmen at the end there, the one that killed Rorschach. Not the one that killed Rorschach. Who did he kill? Fuck, I can't remember.
Oh, no, I know who you're talking about. The blonde guy.
Yep. He had the
Okay.
little crown. He looked like
Hella.
he was Mr. My shit don't stink type of person.
Yes. Okay. Now, I think this goes into. Well, you already know my answer was Buckaroo Banzai, and that actually came up also. Who said that Buckaroo Banzai? It's such a great answer. Whoever said Buckaroo Banzai, remind me. Remind me. Anyway, so I think Buckaroo Banzai deserves a remake for sure, a reboot. Ooh, Alan Rickman. It's a good one. But we've gone out the superhero, but that's okay. I like it. I like it because these are good ones.
I truly think Ghost Rider needs a reboot. I think that what they've done with those, it's nice. They're nice to see those films, but I
Mendoza.
think it needs to be rebooted. I think they need to get into it and show what they can do. I think they need to stop being scared of the supernatural, paranormal side of the house that Ghost Rider lives on. And I think they need to go in with that, man. I think we need a proper Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I would love to see like a Ghost Rider that was. Yeah, Jonah Hex would be good too. Actually, now that I think about, it. I would love to see a good. Jonah Hex was a big character for me
And
growing
I
up.
don't even think they
Comic I
need to do
loved,
film.
but
I think
Kira.
this is things they should do in the series. I think the series stuff, I think you get more accomplished. Man, I saw so much more get accomplished in Spider-Man Noir than it took like 7 movies of Spider-Man to do. Them Spider-Man, if y'all, freaking, if you haven't watched it yet, spoiler alert. Spider-Man Noir has like half the Sinister Six in that shit already. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck are these movies doing?
Does it?
Yeah, they got Sandman.
No shit.
Yeah, they got
Okay.
Sandman in that shit. Electro and fucking Scorpion. And I'm like, how do they have all these players in this already in one season? And it's taken like decades for y'all to get like just a handful of these characters out. I like to. I wish they would do more series. I think the movies. Hey, hot take. The movies are overrated. It's all about the series now, y'all. It's all about the series.
Oh shit.
The movies.
Oh
The
shit.
movies are overrated. Give me a series. Banjo's in agreement. He's up in arms.
No, Frank, the new Supergirl movie is perfect. It's set up what it needs to be set up. Listen, I'll tell you what, it's better than Motu.
Oh,
That's for sure. Motu is never getting a
hot
sequel.
take.
Motu
Oh, damn.
is never getting a sequel.
Damn.
Like I think, dude, I don't think it's even made half its money
Oh,
back.
man.
But listen, don't quote me. I was overseas, but I was not. Everything I was hearing was that it was not like it's not looking good for uh, another
Yeah,
one.
your reports were somewhat correct, I believe.
Yeah, like I have not heard. Um, yeah, so all right, all right. I think we got some good choices there. So, and then which superhero should never get another movie? Ooh, I already know which one I think should never get another
Madam
fucking movie
Web.
again. But
Madam Web should never get another fucking movie.
Kim Calga's the best villain.
Madam
No articulation, dude. It's not even about Kim Cowgirl. You don't need her. She's on all fours. What are you talking about, bro? She's already perfectly posed. Oh, I'm gonna go to hell for that one.
Ah!
I'm gonna go to hell for that one. I know I am. It's like, oh, Destro, what's up,
What's up?
brother? Oh, Morbius is a good one. Yes, 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 yes. So which okay, so you're saying Madam Web should never get another
No,
movie? Yes, but which one outside of I mean, which one outside of Madam Web? Because it has to be a movie that you think, okay, like it's got to be a movie that actually no, you're right. I don't even consider like Madam Web doesn't even to me register as a superhero movie.
exactly.
Right,
I mean, and to make it worse,
right.
her Madam Web's character is like way more bigger and grandiose, and they really they didn't get it right, man. They didn't get right. They didn't get it right. Man, that movie sucks so bad, y'all. They just fucking threw Spider Man. They threw Spider Man shit in there to fucking tease your ass. Banjo's in agreement. He knows
Oh,
it.
I got to agree with that. Yeah, Green Lantern should never get another movie on his own, dude. They've never been able to. I don't know. Fumbling's bring her to Joe Fest. Yeah, I will bring her to Joe Fest if I actually get her before Joe Fest. Let's be real. Let's be real. I might actually use my microphone that I have and put her on top of the microphone like you do, Alpha, and have her maybe hanging off the microphone on all fours. Um, which superhero should never get another movie again? I had thought about my answer earlier. Now I've completely lost it. But I want to say, what was I thinking?
If I was gonna pick
Oh,
main,
Superman. I was saying Superman should never get another movie. I'm done with Superman, dude. Like enough. Like enough. Leave it alone, man.
I would agree with you on that. Where we know about Superman enough, so if you want to use him, put him in teen movies. He doesn't have to be the main player.
Yes.
He can be doing one thing while y'all. They should do that. Um, as far as modern, I would say Ant Man. I don't need another Ant Man movie. I really don't. I don't need another Ant Man.
Oh, I don't think we're yeah, no, I agree. And I don't think we'll ever get another Ant-Man, thankfully. Um, ooh, yeah, that's a good one too. Definitely don't need another Flash movie. Although I think everybody would love to see the Flashpoint Paradox get done one day, like proper. But you're
Yeah,
right. It's hard to make the case for that to ever happen after the absolute fucking debacle that was Ezra Miller and all that shit. Um, all the top heroes need a 10-year break. Yes, exactly. Exactly. I think is the general consensus, right? Alpha is putting his on the background of his review. Nice, Alpha. You got one too? I like it. I think the real question is which Bruce should never get their hands on a super. Ooh, damn. That's a good point, actually. Right? Right? That's a good point. Well, Kathleen Kennedy's out at Lucasfilm. Bonaventura, whatever the GI Joe guy is, I don't think he's around anymore. Hopefully not. Yeah, those producers. No DC universe built the Trinity, Superman, Batman, or Wonder Woman. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I understand. I understand that, but that's why you do a Justice League movie, man. You bring more characters in, and you can mix it up. It doesn't have
hmm
to be the fucking Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern. It
hmm
doesn't have to be your traditional Justice League, man. Do that shit Justice League Unlimited style. Y'all know what I'm
Agreed.
talking. Justice League Unlimited, y'all. They can bring in a lot more players. Ah,
It's a fact. All right, we are going to stop that there. That was awesome. You know, what's great about doing that is by the time we show up on Sunday, everybody's kind of looked at all the new toy news. So there's not very much that you can go over that people haven't already seen, and you don't want to kind of be overly repetitive. So I like these segments where we can kind of talk about things. But I did want to look a little bit at some of the toy news that did break because I was overseas, so I missed a whole lot. But I didn't want to go over anything that you guys have already all obviously talked about. Do want to hit on a couple things though, if you don't mind. Want to bring up couple quick things, and I don't want to start crawling into our man Legend series because, of course, his show's coming up in a few minutes. So I did want to just look at some of what I saw that breaks my heart. So this, of course, is the Solo twins. If you guys have ever read the new Jedi Order books, these are some of the greatest Star Wars books ever made. One of like deeply, deeply good for me, like one of my favorite. Anyways, we get these characters. They're refusing to give us Mara Jade in a movie. Give us these fucking characters in a goddamn movie, like for fuck's sakes. And I'm a shill when it comes. Like I've never shit on Disney. Like I've called them out for not being, but I've never shit on them. I even defended some of the acolyte because I'm a big fan of that era of storytelling. But it's like enough. Like you're giving us the goddamn figures. Give us the fucking movie. Like guys, like there's a marketplace for this. There is a market for this, and off that we're not getting. Oh, how come it's not advancing? That's kind of annoying me. Apologies. But give us these characters in a film. We deserve them because these are absolutely great, great, great characters from a great movie. Um, And I mean, she becomes, for Christ's sake, the sword of the Jedi in the books, phenomenal lightsaber duelist. He becomes Darth Caedus. I mean, he murders Luke's son, for Christ's sake. I mean, these are stories that would keep this like Star Wars franchise going for decades, and he just refused to give it to us.
they should. To be honest with you, they should just do it animated. They should animate it up, and because by now, they're gonna waste too much time. They're gonna waste too much time. They should animate it up, do some of these stories animation style, get them out there, and then go from there. But I'm with you. The stuff, the Heir to the Empire trilogy, the twins there, the Bounty Hunter War thing. They got so much great stories and they're expanding, and it's expanding on what you already know, because the Heir to the Empire, all that shit came out before fucking Phantom
hmm
Menace. That it came out all before that
hmm
shit, and I think we deserve, Dark Empire. I think we deserve that. I think we deserve Shadows of the Empire. Give us those stories. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, your continuation, whatever. You can keep that. Give us the damn story regardless. We can handle that. We are capable of differentiating between one piece of work and another piece of work. But
100%, my friend.
man, I would love to see the Heir to the Empire. I'd love to see I would love to see them stories. I don't care. I'm to the point where I don't care. Just animate them so I can see them.
Well, to that point, like you saw how incredible what they did with Maul Shadow Lord in animated style, and it was ruthless. It was very adult. Rogue One and Andor have proven that there's an audience for adult Star Wars content. So they're about to look. And again, I loved Ahsoka season 1. It had its problems, but and you know how I feel about Rosario Dawson not being able to look anything like Ahsoka, but or move like her for Christ's sake. But it had some good stuff in it. And season 2, I think they're going to do the Gods of Mortis, which means they're going to do Abeloth. Abeloth is, if that's a R-rated character, like they're going to fuck that up. If they bring her to that, they're going to fuck it up, dude, because I mean, she's very, very scary in the books. There's no toning down what she is, and they're going to tone it down, and that's going to piss me off. I hate to say it,
Oh,
right? So it just is what it is. All right, enough of that. I think I got to stop making triple gins before I think the gin got the better of me there. Okay, of course, you guys have seen the Joes. I just want to get to some Joe Fest stuff here. I'm gonna scroll through. I had a lot, but like I said, by the time you guys are joining us, we've already gone through. Ooh, something I want to hit on is this might be my next Prime 1 statue, because
yeah.
if they give us this Vampirella, what?
Only like she can suck my blood anytime.
Like, yes, correct. Oh, King Collector. I go down the rabbit hole of those AI things. But yeah, she can definitely suck all of our blood anytime. Oh, Prime 1. You're doing it right, my friends. You're doing it right. Okay, so we talked a little bit. Okay, this is what I want to get into. So the Joe Fest stuff. Okay, so Larry Hama's Fury Force,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, there you go. Action. I was like, okay, finally, I got what I came for. I know. I even had a whole After Dark show. We're gonna look at something real quick. So this is the new Larry Hama stuff that they showed at Joe Fest. I really like these figures. I mean, the sculpting is great. The accessories are great. I think this is going to do really, really well. Is this Larry Hama? No.
Oh
There's
no,
Larry Hama's
you'll
different, but I
definitely
like
know.
this.
You'll definitely know the Larry Hama.
The new Delta Red. This Showfest exclusive. Yeah, Fury Force looks good, King. 100%, man. It's kind of cool that everybody's kind of getting into like expanding the really what I consider the Joe world, right?
That's exactly what it is. I mean, it's you got Monster Force, you got Valaverse. You're just expanding on that military action figure. I mean, it's really what it is, and some people, now it's probably going to be the downfall to GI Joe, because now you got people, you give them more options. You give them more options. There's more kit bashing that can be done, more customization that can be done. You're just expanding the universe bigger and bigger.
No, exactly. And I think so. If anybody knows, I didn't see a pre-order date when I was getting these earlier today. I was looking at the write-ups. I didn't see anything about a pre-order date, but they all look really, really good. Like they're gonna do really well. Like they're gonna do really well. Um, so I really like this one. Really, again, the Agents of Omega, another expansion to me into the Joe world. This, I think, is just the same dude, but then he's got like this new head sculpt, right? I think because it came with all the same accessories as the original guy, but I really like these. And here's the boss fight stuff. This character, dude.
Yeah,
This figure is sick. This is sick. Oh, so did you guys see Lenny?
yeah.
Yeah. You saw him
We
there?
saw him. Yep, saw him there,
Nice.
man. He was there, and he was. They had like 3 or 4 lackeys that were constantly floating around him. I guess to keep the riffraff away.
Okay. Okay.
No, he was there though. He was there. He was at the boss fight.
Let's get to. Because Alpha, for you, brother, we're just going to pull out the only one that matters.
Uh-oh.
This $1,000 Love Coco illustration Feral Girl quarter scale statue. Just for $1,000, this can be yours. Quarter scale, by the way. So whenever your mom and grandmother and family come to visit you, make sure you have this on full display.
I think
We're not,
Alpha just texted me. He said you'll only buy it if the breasts are made of soft goods and articulate.
oh yeah, no, Mendoza, right? And they nailed that. Yeah, the Conan stuff does look good from Boss Fight. I almost don't classify because they're finishing all the Raw Son Bojack. Yeah, now they're like kind of doing like a bunch of the concept characters, I think, or they're going into another direction. So a lot of people are that's the sentiment that's being shared, King. This looks good though. I mean, this is a cool looking character. I mean, I don't know that I would spend $1,000 on her, but I think Alpha would. Alpha?
I don't.
G.I. Jetman!
I think. What's up, Jetman? I think.
What's up, brother?
I think Alpha would probably just with $1,000, you probably can get this type of person other ways. All right, y'all. I'm pretty sure there's a mail order company. You get a legitimate live action representation of this for probably the same price.
So Jetman says he's sorry he missed you. So Jetman, I take it that you did make it to Joe Fest. So I hope you enjoyed the show. And I hope that you got to see Shane and all those guys. I mean, Jesus, this statue. What the hell? Ah, and there, of course, is Alpha Red and
Oh,
Eyes,
there.
soon to be in hand, fun figure. They need to get these sculptors on the sex bots.
Yeah, yes, you did.
I love it. I fucking love it. All right. Well, we're getting at time because again, we want to respect Tony Legend Series. They're about to go live. Oh, he's live already. I'm sure he's started. So what you got coming up, brother?
Hey, actually, a little bit later, 9:30 Eastern, I am putting out my little clip show of what I saw at Joe Fest.
Nice.
I got the little bit of last footage I wanted to get today, and I was like, let me put this together. So it's like 35 minutes long, but just a little taste of what y'all get to see at the Joe Fest.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. Actually, I do want to see that because I actually haven't seen a lot of clips. I saw it from one guy, um, but not a whole lot. Alpha Red he's no such thing. Alpha, we're all part of that. All that. Milk me moo moo lay wait. That was out loud indeed. Okay, well, you know me, when Shane gets back, I think next week we'll probably get back to our Check It Out Monday night episode where we talk statues. By then I should have in hand a phenomenal PCS statue of Darth Vader's helmet with an entire diorama. Been waiting a long time for that one. I don't know. That's definitely coming on a pallet. I don't even want to know how I'm going to get that through the door. I was hoping it would be here before we got back so my wife wouldn't see it come in, but I'm cooked. Yeah, so that would be it. Of course, next Sunday we're going to do episode 42. I want to thank each and every one of you that stuck with us for the evening tonight when you had a lot of other choices. If you were multi-streaming, thank you for making us part of that multi-stream. Y'all know who you are. I hope you all enjoyed some of those new segments. I think we'll do that again. Hot takes and agree, disagree in the lightning round. Yeah, I think that was fun. And I think we got a lot of good engagement there. So thanks again, Frank. Listen, you're a fellow Rimmer too. You know you are. Get your ass back on this show. It's been too long. Other than that, guys, have a great week. May the force be with you as always. And go out, check our Man Legend Series Sunday night pre-roll right now. À la prochaine. Ciao. Arrivederci.